Welcome to the Fear and Greed Afternoon Report for Thursday, the 11th of May, 2023. I'm Sean Aylmer. Every afternoon, we've got the 5 stories that happened today that you need to know about. Story number 1, the S&P ASX 200 finished down just a touch today to 7,252 points, helped by tech stocks and hindered by the utility sector. Among the large caps, BHP closed down 1%, while Fortescue Metals and Rio Tinto were both around 2% lower. Westpac went ex-dividend today, finishing 2.6% lower. WiseTech Global was among the best performers, jumping nearly 3%. That all followed a big night on Wall Street. And that's story number 2. Consumer prices in the United States rose again during April due to the cost of services and energy. That's according to figures released overnight, and it means the Federal Reserve may again increase rates at its next meeting in June. The monthly headline consumer price index rose 0.4%, up from the 0.1% increase in March, but the annual rate dropped to 4.9%. Now, that's the first time in 2 years it's been under 5%. Excluding the volatile food and energy components, the core CPI also increased 0.4%, driven by higher rents, but the annual rate ended down slightly at 5.5%. Something for everyone, I think. Following the release of the figures, financial markets priced in a slimmer probability of a rate rise in June and sharper rate cuts in the second half of this year for the US economy. Story number 3, plenty of corporate news out today. Allkem, the lithium producer, announced it's undertaking a $16 billion merger with US giant Livent. Goodman Group upgraded its outlook. Outdoor and sports company KMD Brands named former Crocs executive Megan Welch to head its camping and hiking brand Kathmandu. Westfield owner Scentre Group reconfirmed its revenue outlook and said there were 163 million customer visits in the first 17 weeks of the year, about 20 million more than last year. Tenants in Westfield shopping centres reported a 14% jump in sales, and occupancy is at just a touch under 99%. Gold producer Silver Lake Resources share price fell 6% after it outlined a revised bid to acquire St Barbara's Gwalia mine in Western Australia. And finally, NextDC is raising $618 million to build 2 new data centres, adding sites in Malaysia and New Zealand. Story number 4, GrainCorp upgraded its profit forecast today, saying thanks to big wheat shipments, it's on track for its second best ever profit. The grain handler and marketer's share price jumped 10% after it upgraded its earnings forecast by about 20%. It was the second upgrade in less than 4 months and came as the group reported a $200 million half-year profit to the end of March. It was down from last year, but last year was the best ever. GrainCorp boss Robert Spurway said the upgrade reflected the 3rd consecutive bumper wheat harvest in eastern Australia and very strong demand as Russia's war in Ukraine continues to disrupt supply chains. The oilseeds business is also performing well. And finally, story number 5, explosives and chemicals manufacturer Orica has recorded a 30% plus jump in both revenue and pre-tax earnings. Managing Director and Chief Executive Sanjeev Gandhi said the result reflected hard work from last year. He said market conditions are challenging, but sustained high commodity prices have fueled demand for Orica's products and services. Now, Orica is the world's largest explosives company, and supply of ammonia has been an ongoing challenge. Gandhi said the group remains cautious of external challenges from geopolitics, inflationary pressures, higher energy costs, and supply chain dislocations. That's it for the afternoon report for Thursday, the 11th of May, 2023. Don't forget to hit follow on the podcast and find Fear and Greed on LinkedIn, Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. Join Michael Thompson and I tomorrow morning for the Fast 5 by Fear and Greed, the top 5 business stories you need to know in just 5 minutes. I'm Sean Aylmer. Enjoy your evening.